Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies we have not seen based on nothing but their weird descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
And I'm Albert, and last week we covered the cinematic wonder of swamp zombies, Brantley, and we have a follow-up to that, a sequel, Swamp Zombies 2. Now, if you'll remember, the previous Swamp Zombies had, sort of a standard low-budget zombie film where there was
Crazy doctor, government said no, threw him in the swamp, and then zombies.
Right, and the people were fighting the zombies off in the swamp.
With a hot dude.
Yes, a very beautiful, innocent bystander man.
Yes.
And
some ugly cops and stuff.
It's important. I'm not just doing this to establish the, what happened before. You need to have all that information to understand how weird this next one is. The hottest reality TV show in the world, Lucky Stiffs, is about to get even more hot.
Okay.
Contestants from all over the globe try to win big cash prizes and fame by competing on the show against each other and survive the show's stars, zombies.
Okay, it's like one of the bits at the end of Shaun of the Dead.
I just love the fact that they made a standard, what is the not cabin Evil Dead, right? They go to the cabin in the woods and they're like, okay, well, we'll follow that up and we'll basically do the same thing. And then the third one they kind of go a little bit crazier. This one just completely takes a left turn from standard horror movie to commentary about reality TV but with zombies.
I mean, last one was about how the government ruins everything by being involved.
Yeah, but that's, again, I think that's a pretty standard trope in those types of movies.
Yeah.
Reality TV, not so much. However...
Maybe they noticed the gulf. And it's like, we gotta fill that.
There's
a sequel to our cinematic masterpiece.
Well, also the fact that, people...
Also, a question that just occurred to me. Are they fighting zombies in the swamp, or are they just, muck-covered zombies in the city?
No, they're fighting them in the swamp before.
Okay, cool.
Which, so I don't know in Lucky Stiffs if they're fighting them in the swamp, though. That's an interesting question. In my mind, it's
I'm very
a swamp
this
set.
Isn't called Swamp Zombies 2 Lucky Stiffs. That's incredibly disappointing.
Well, also, here's something that I wonder about. They made a sequel. There must have been some fans of the original who's come and be like, all right, I really enjoyed your low-budget zombie movie. I want to see what you guys got next. And they just do something completely different.
Look, the 18 guys who were really into that movie, let's give them something else to watch, I guess. And we'll do a commentary about how it's about zombies, but it really makes zombies of us all.
Yes. However, there's a problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they're playing with zombies and there's a problem.
Is
this what you're telling me, Al?
A renegade... The funny part is this has nothing to do with this. Renegade contestant... And in parentheses, Mouse, I'm going to guess that's a musical guest.
There's Dead Mouse.
I don't have any idea, man. I'm just telling you, they labeled him as Mouse. Either the character's name in the show...
Or a nickname,
or there's a musician called Mouse. Is trying to expose the show as unethical. And the show...
So he was presented to the world that this is a show where you go on... You compete against each other, and you try not to get eaten by the undead corpses of former humans. And he's like, guys, I hate to break it to you, but I think there's something unethical going on with this, and it's really upsetting to me.
I'm going to go on the show undercover and crack this case wide open. We're going to figure out what they're doing. He's like, no, it's in the pitch. It's called Lucky Stiffs.
They're very upfront about it. In fact, we should be concerned about why they were allowed to go on air with that. But no, you keep chasing the rabbit hole of there's some ethics issue here.
He's trying to expose the show as unethicals, and the show's producers are grasping at straws to find Mouse. I guess it is the character's name. What? He's on the show!
Well, yeah, but he's probably not competing and is hurting ratings just by ranting and raving about how it's unethical, and people are like, we know, that's why we watch! Why is this idiot on here? People get eaten, it's awesome.
A former contestant is what you're saying.
What?
He's like a former contestant. He's not competing right now on the show.
Well, he went undercover, right?
He's a renegade.
He's a renegade contestant.
Yeah, I thought he was in the on the show, on the set every day, but secretly trying to undermine them and expose them for their whatever unsavory things he thinks that they're doing.
This family-friendly show about people getting eaten by zombies is a front for drug money.
When all the producers...
Continue, I'm sorry.
When all the producers' attempts have failed, he's left with one choice. To free Jack, quote unquote, that's another person's zombie's name actually, from a top secret Black Ops prison and send him into the show. Oh no, he's not a zombie, I'm sorry. Who is Jack? I'm gonna assume Jack is somebody from the first movie. That's all I can think of. Jack.
So what I'm getting from this is these people have a admittedly questionably ethical handle on the zombie issue, and he's like, there's something wrong going on. He's gonna ruin it for everyone by re-releasing the zombies.
Yes, but no. Okay, so
back into the
Jack
swamp
is not
where
a
they
zombie.
belong.
I said he was a zombie, and that was not correct. I thought that I had seen something at the end that said something about him being a zombie, but he's not. Which is sad because the next sentence starts with the words, Jack has the kung fu skills to stay alive.
Kung fu zombie.
I wish that, yes, I think we've actually covered some kung fu zombie movies on this show before. To find Mouse and to bring her, that was a genuine shock to me, to the producer. How are we supposed to know this character's a woman if they don't mention that she's attractive?
I've told you, because all attractive non-gender specific
so.
dudes.
Yeah. Anyway, he has the kung fu skills.
He has a skunk.
It's the skunk
Watch out, the
skills.
zombie has a skunk.
Jack has
Zombie
the
Jack.
kung fu skills to stay
He's
alive.
a kung fu skunk.
Yada yada, bring to the producer. ... like a long ellipsis. This person has 5 ellipses.
It's like a 5-minute pause.
And he knows a thing or two about zombies. Well, they're on reality TV.
They're not
everybody
a secret.
does.
I like the idea that this guy's just like a paranoid lunatic who's just ruining the show, and everybody's like, everyone knows, dude. They all know it. It says in the title, Lucky Stiffs, and then we talk about how it's about zombies.
There's some guy
Every single episode, we have a disclaimer informing people that it's actual zombies.
There's some guy who has a YouTube channel like yelling about, I'm pretty sure, guys, I've cracked the code. Saudi Arabia has some shady business practices. And they're like, but what about like how they don't treat women well and all right? And everyone's like,
Shady
nope.
business.
Next up, we have the Boogens.
Okay.
I love that title. I'm just going to say, like, I don't know.
Like, there's ways to make fun of it, but I don't really want to.
Oh, no, I think it's a great monster
like,
name.
Yeah,
It kind of reminds me of, what are the things in that Stephen King short story where they, like, go to
The
tomorrow?
Langoliers.
The Langoliers, yeah. The way they look in the TV show.
They're like balls with teeth?
Yeah, I mean, that's how he describes them, but they're
haven't
badly
read
rendered.
Yeah.
This seems like a better name for something like that.
Boogens.
After 70
I'm
years,
picturing like evil little troll things. Like the one from The Cat's Eyes.
that would work too. After 70 years, the Silver City Mine is reopening.
Oh, I'm glad that got resolved.
Yeah.
Next movie.
Next up, we have the next. 2 miners, Mark Kiner and Roger Laurie.
How much is that guy made fun of for his name rhyming with minor? We got the minor Kiner over here. Shut up, Laurie. Just shut up. It's been 70 years, Roger. Shut
The
up.
thing was, like, when he was a kid,
He was
his
a minor.
dad, like, made the joke, all right, all you minor Kiners, come on. And, he thought when he turned 18, he had shook it. And then he got pulled back into the mining industry. Anyway, Kiner and Roger Laurie. Yeah, Roger
His
Laurie.
dad was a minor, so it's a family of minor Kiners. And this one here is a minor. Ha! Shut up, Dad.
They descend inside to see if the mine can be used. Once it's deemed unusable, they blow the mine.
All right, cool. Moving on.
Yep. Okay. So next up we have the Nest from Night. No, there's still more. Traveling down another shaft. The crew. I wanted to say group, and the word is crew, and it's
The Groot.
The Groot
just here
discovers a giant cavern inside the mine. It's what? Giant cavern inside the mine.
Yes.
That's what a mine is.
No, a mine is a series of tunnels.
Yeah, I guess it's just a bigger
A
tunnel.
mine is just a cave you happen to be digging into deliberately to mine things out of.
Including a graveyard of human bones.
No, that's just okay. So you stop, you close the mine, you go contact authorities, and you get paid by the government so they can handle it.
Do you think that, in my mind, like, it's an actual, like, cemetery, right, with this fence around it, and
I would say yes, except there
gravestones.
were human bones, unless they just
Yeah.
unless they dug one up, just be like, why are these?
How creepy would that be, though?
That'd be
You're in an
horrifying.
undiscovered cave, like you're just walking in, and there's just
Or like you actually had to break down a wall to get there.
mm-hmm.
It's like there's like I think there's like a space on the other side, and they break through, and there's just like a graveyard.
They
You
had
leave.
a little bit of something like that in As Above, So Below, where they get in
that the one in
like
Paris?
deep into in the catacombs, and there's like a car burning underground and like a piano or something. There's different things that represent people, different things to the people there. I don't know, but that would be even more creepy to me. Roger's friend Trish Michaels and Jessica Ford travel up to a nearby cabin for a fun weekend. I guess it's like the B plot. Like they're in town doing work, and their friends are like. He has two female friends, by the way.
Neither of them attractive.
No, don't miss the. Listen, we don't want you to understand. These are two fatties. That's why they're just his friends, okay? And he's not into that.
Him also unattractive, though. By the way,
yes, him
Like,
and Roger.
No pretty looking people in this movie. It's just actually hard to look at.
They travel up to
It's like a whole cast of Deadpools and Freddy Kruegers.
The nearby cabin for a fun weekend. The four go about having a fun weekend. I guess mission accomplished.
Yeah, good
While
job.
back on the mine, people are disappearing. Soon enough, even Roger disappears. Maybe it's
even Roger.
No, not Roger.
What about the minor Kiner?
Well, the others are at a local bar. Maybe he just like found an attractive person that was interested in him.
Huh.
He hasn't seen any of those in a while. Knowing that something is wrong in the mine, they travel back to find the disappearances. That's a weird way
Cool.
to phrase
Mission
that.
accomplished. Good.
Yeah,
Movie over.
All right, so next up we have The Nest from 1988.
Just gonna milk this joke until there's nothing left.
Once there, they have to ward off the tentacles of a rampaging monster
Whoa!
let loose by the opening of the mine.
Was not prepared for tentacles. That said, movie over.
It actually is over this time.
Yes.
I'm interested in this this image of like you're in a mine, it's a dark place, and there's just tentacles that are like popping out of the darkness coming for you. That seems cool. I'm looking at the picture here. It's just that's
Just skeleton hands.
not helpful to me. It's a cool poster, but it
go
doesn't.
to Google Images.
All right, we're gonna Google image
This
this.
won't help people listening, but I want to see the Boogens.
Oh, it's a cool looking little monster. It's kind of similar to what you were talking about, Brantley.
Kind of cute
Yeah,
in an evil demon way.
there's a girl in a towel.
Well, tentacles.
Yeah, I don't know that I would classify those as tentacles. Man, this
Maybe
girl
those
must spend
are
a
the
lot of time
tentacles?
in this towel. And then she's in the shower. There she is in the towel again. A lot of people really interested in this girl in the towel. Now she's dead with the towel around her. Okay,
Spoilers.
moving on. Guys, if you go to watch the Boogens and you see somebody in a towel,
For
they're about
like
to
half
get
the
it.
movie.
Possibly. But it never falls down. It's weird.
Yeah.
Next up we have The Nest from 1988. Richard Tarbell plays the local sheriff on a small island just off the coast of California called Northport. Wait, they have
Yeah, they have a name.
actor's
for the-
name listed.
So is he like an actor within that?
Or
Is this like a show within a show?
maybe they're just saying like he's...
Oh no. Okay, see, this is an intellectual title. It's about a nested series of things.
All right, okay. Kind of
So-
similar to, I forget what the name of that movie is. Synecdoche, New York?
I don't know what that is.
Cool. He's dating a waitress who works in the local diner.
Who plays her? And who plays the lady playing her?
I don't know. However, his ex and Mayor Elias Johnson's daughter, Elizabeth, flies back into town. It turns out the mayor has has allowed a company called Intech and Dr. Morgan Hubbard to conduct genetic experiments, the purpose of which are to create the ultimate pest control that doesn't use pesticides or sprays genetically alterated cockroaches that are supposed to eat other roaches. Although it's never explained how these roaches themselves will be controlled. Maybe nobody thought about that small point. Now the sentence is over, Brantley.
So you see, she swallowed the cat to eat the rat to eat the spider that wiggled and jiggled inside her.
What is that from?
That's a nursery rhyme.
Okay.
It's this lady, she like ate a spider, I think.
It sounds
and then
like
she keeps eating increasingly absurd things to get rid of the spider.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Kind of like when we released cats in Australia to kill the rats that we released into Australia, and then there was a rat problem in Australia and a cat problem, and there was a rabbit problem because we need to leave Australia, just all of humanity, except the people who were native there.
We've dunked on Australia recently. Let's let them have their day for now.
They're a nightmare world.
I'd like that the person is nitpicking the premise already here, where they're like, yeah, okay, so we have these roaches that eat other roaches, but we never like they are.
So do they just look like bigger roaches?
Maybe, or
are they like monster roaches?
Well, the next thing says, unfortunately. The next thing is a sentence, Brantley. The next sentence says, unfortunately, these roaches eat everything else as well. So it's like a Grey Goo situation, but with cockroaches.
Yeah.
First turning cats and dogs into skinless carcasses, eating all the meat from the local store and all the glue that binds the books together at the local library. What?
That's made of horses.
No, I get that, but like...
They like protein.
I feel like the escalation was lost there when you ended with the books.
I'm more curious about just the skinless corpses. They only ate the skin of the cats and dogs.
That will kill you.
But then they go on to eat all the meat from the local stores. They had meat there.
Maybe
they're probably going to move on to the meat anyways.
When the person says skinless, they might be just saying like there were skeletons. They maybe
strip the flesh from the bone.
Okay.
Same thing with that ambiguity.
I know this is the first time this has happened, but I would like to entertain the possibility that somebody writing an IMDb description at some point might not have had great English grammar.
I don't know.
No.
This is why we need to stick to KGF Fissers.
Yes. So you don't have any issue with them just ending with, oh yeah, by the way, the books, they ate the binding too.
I mean, that's dumb, but whatever.
The books are fine, by the way. It's just the binding. Like somebody...
I mean, yeah, again, they eat the protein.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably the thing is, like, cockroaches are higher in protein, so we engineer these ones to have a high protein requirement, so that would lead them to eat the other cockroaches.
Okay.
And they're just like, wait, aren't we made of protein? Oh no! We've already released them. Our plan may not have been well thought out.
They seem to be everywhere.
Like cockroaches.
They're not, but they seem to be, really.
No, yeah, it's just like, this is just an inconvenience. Like, oh, these things are everywhere, trying to eat me everywhere. I'm just trying to get my groceries.
That's another thing that, so I've been listening to, I actually binged it in like 2 days. There's a podcast called 372 Pages We'll Never Get Back, and it's about the two books that Ernest Cline has written, Armada and Ready Player One. And they criticize many of his things that he does in his writing. And one of the things that he does a lot is he has a first-person perspective, but he keeps saying things like, I seemed to, it felt like he doesn't know if things are actually happening or not. Like things that he should, as the narrator, know. They seem to be everywhere, and the local exterminator, Homer, can't cope. I want to believe that he's named after the poet and not the character from The Simpsons. It's a very highbrow set of parents, and he decided he was going to be an exterminator instead of follow their nonsense with books. Well, that's why the books tie in.
This came out in 1988. I assume he was not named after Homer.
It could have been. It could have been written by the same guy who created The Simpsons. Maybe Homer was named after this guy. Yeah.
Okay. How big are these cockroaches again?
It doesn't say.
Big enough to eat other cockroaches. So,
well, big enough to kill other cockroaches and consume them.
Well, big enough to eat cats.
Yes,
and dogs.
They might also. Well, I'm assuming a swarming thing. Yeah.
Which cockroaches don't really swarm, though.
I'm pretty
sure this isn't following actual behavior of a cockroach.
Kind of follows up on the disappointment of the book thing in that it's like we've reached this sort of high point of roaches eating cats and dogs, and then like we go down to books, which we don't really care about, and then this guy. Local exterminator can't cope.
It's like, this is a lot of bugs.
And he's like, man, my girlfriend left me, and like I'm really trying to kick this heroin habit.
I just don't know, man. It's just life is kind of so hard difficult. Sometimes, and jeez, like you think about it, and wow.
I've been working like I've got so much overtime, and I just don't have any time anymore to go see the new Pacific Rim movie.
You think they could hire someone else? And I mean, that movie was kind of okay, but still.
It was amazing, actually. I really loved it.
Opinions differ. Some of the things were bad.
The mayor summons Hubbard from Intech and demands she stop her work. They soon discover that these genetically created roaches mutate from generation to generation.
Like everything else.
Yes, that's just how life works. And are starting to become resistant to all scientific attempts to destroy them.
Break out the magic!
That's exactly where I was going.
Get the wizard spell!
They're just like Superman, like, he can take a punch, but you get some magic out. And they start to become disgusting hybrids of themselves and what they've eaten. I was about to say, just cockroaches.
So they're Chimerans. Got it.
Okay. Hubbard convinces Mayor Johnson that she can destroy the roaches and prevents him from evacuating the town at the expense of wild hysteria, even though the entire town has been eaten by the roaches, except Sheriff Tarbell, the mayor, Dr. Hubbard, Elizabeth, and Homer.
So we should officially stop caring about everyone involved.
The fact that so this sentence has not ended, by the way. There's only like 4 sentences in this almost half a page description, but he has already ordered the chemical spraying of the town, fearing the roaches will spread to the mainland with a lethal dose of poison that would also be fatal to any person still left on the island. And they still need to turn the lighthouse on to cancel it, but predictably the light doesn't work.
Do they not have boats if they're on an island?
I think that they're signaling like somebody's probably coming from the shore with a plane.
No, I'm saying like they're trying to cancel with the light.
The apocalypse?
Roach apocalypse. Which better name than the nest, honestly, in my opinion. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you were saying boats.
Yeah, no, just get on a... Are they just worried that there might be people still out there?
I mean, the description seems to be pretty confident they're not.
The description is, but they may not be.
They may not be.
Because if they are, they should just leave and, spray it all. Murder roaches that are mutating into giant monsters. Kill them.
Also, like, I mean, at this point, I don't know how small this town is, but it is big enough to have a sheriff and a mayor and, like, a local diner. So it's more than 100.
The island in Jaws had a sheriff.
And it was relatively large. Yeah, also, it had a lot of tourists.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so the remaining...
We can't report giant roaches. That'll hurt the tourism.
All the tourists have literally died, sir. It's not like in Jaws when one person got ate. Every person is dead.
All of them. It's everyone.
Oh, we 3 in this room are all that are left. So the remaining survivors must either stop or face both mutant killer cockroaches and a lethal dose of chemical poison. They must find the roach's nest. Oh no, and destroy the queen before it's too late. Movie!
To be fair, it says they mutate into combinations of what they've already eaten. They could have eaten bees or ants.
Yeah, but this is just the Chitauri from Avengers again, which is... Hey, this is 1988.
This is any movie with bugs that thinks they're all bees.
But bees don't... Okay, if you kill the queen, does the hive just die?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it can, because they can't have any more babies. Although, if she's given birth to other queens, then they'll be fine. They might split up into smaller hives for a little bit. I don't know how...
But they don't all just suddenly drop dead because the queen... Like, they may not... They may sort of not have a purpose anymore, but they're still buzzing around eating things.
Yeah.
I wonder if any of these ate fish. That has to be the ending.
Fishing has to be, like, some part of this island's economy.
Yeah. A cockroach fish is swimming towards the mainland as the credits roll.
Yeah, it's like a water beetle.
We get the nest, too. Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, that's it. That's all we have for this week. Thank you so much, you guys, for listening. If you like this, don't forget to tell a friend about it. We need more people listening.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We don't need... You know what? We don't need anything.
I would appreciate new people.
We would like it,
More people. Also, people who listen now, just how you doing? Hi. What's up?
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. No, oh man, I'm sorry. No, I'm sure she was cool.
Or
anyway.
Whichever.
Well, and attractive.
If you want that. Eye of the beholder, man.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
It's the least judgmental podcast of all, unless you're a movie we haven't seen, in which case we'll tear you apart. Bye, everybody.
And use bad grammar.
Yeah.